today. First of all, let's just get excited about the celebration of Women's Month. Yes, March is all about the woman, right, y'all? All about the women. But anyways,
Yes,
I'm
yes,
super
yes.
excited this month because we have some powerhouse guest women that will be joining us all month long. So please don't miss a beat. Okay. Like, subscribe, share, however you watching this, do what you need to do now. And come on, the rest of my hosts, introduce yourself because we have a beautiful guest here today. She is joining us for her first interview on Tears of Purpose, Real Talk. And come on, ladies, let's go. Y'all know it's turn up time.
Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Hubbard. Thanks for coming back.
And I am Lakeisha Giles Nenich. Thank you guys for returning every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, and this is our lovely guest. Lord, forgive me. I'm about to say that. I feel like I'm about to say your name wrong. Letha Thornton.
That is correct.
Yes, I did it, y'all. But yes, she is our beautiful guest for today. We are so excited to have you.
I am so excited to be
Yes.
here and share on your platform. Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. So we're not going to leave the people waiting, but I'm just going to give them a few seconds to really start sharing. You guys make sure you share this broadcast out. This is going to be good. We're going to get some tea from Miss Thornton today. That's what we do best. We get all the good juicy tea from our guests, figure out how they got from tears to their purpose. How about that? Ain't that good, y'all? That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So you guys, we are triple excited to be back. I feel like I drank a whole cup of coffee. That's good. God is good. God is good. So we are not going to keep anybody waiting because I am excited to find out about Miss Thornton's life. She seems like a beautiful spirit, very humble, meek, mild, all that. She like a little bag of rice, and I like rice. All right.
I love rice.
I get hungry. It's just some actions I like to use. Okay. So yeah. So Miss Thornton, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody?
So good evening. Yes, it is evening, everybody. My name is Letha Thornton, and I am a licensed financial coach looking to help people to change their financial landscape through education.
Dope.
Right.
So good. Look, Lakeisha said dope. Yes, it is. It really is.
Yeah, we're in the same arena.
Yeah, so good. So you're needed. You're needed in this hour like never before. Just know that what you
I'm
do is
so
needed here
excited.
on this earth. So this is going to be. I feel like the show is going to be really informational for a lot of people that's listening. So you guys that are watching, please make sure you're sharing this out. Go grab your buddies, your best friends, the people you don't like. It don't even matter. Just grab them all because listen, sharing is
Yes.
caring. Remember. It's just grab them all. So we're gonna kick this off. We do a round. We've been working it out with the round table style, with asking double teaming our guests. So it's been working out really good. So we're gonna start with Miss Hubbard on tonight with her questions for you, and we're gonna go on around the virtual table. Yeah.
How are you, Miss Thornton?
I'm excellent. I love your hair. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you so much. I
Wonderful.
only have one question for you,
Sure.
and that is how did you discover your purpose?
Okay, so I would say probably about at age 4 um, and up, I started talking to people that nobody else would talk to, the underdog, people that may be viewed differently in society. And I realized that I like talking to people. I like helping people. That particular person I can remember talking to was, someone that was mentally ill, and I would sit and talk to him for hours because he was just in the neighborhood. Led me into a career of mental health. Not necessarily where I wanted to end up. I probably wanted to be an FBI agent or something like that. But it led me to mental health. I started helping people. Probably when I got out of college, I just took off running with helping the voiceless. So I have a lot of experience in mental health. But I also had done some community organizing, things like that, helping tool people's school, providing books and things for elementary schools, just getting involved. And I kept saying to myself, I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way that I could impact people financially. Right. I thought I had it going on back then in my 30s, you try and take on the world. But I was wanting to help people, people around me swirling in debt, people around me dealing with credit issues. We can't get anything, can't own anything. But I said, who's going to follow me? I'm a social worker. I got licensed to help people in financial services so that I could get some credentials. And I've been here for 6 years, just impacting families with money. My passion this month, though, is for my women, because we are the ones that are nurturers. We take care of everybody in this Women's History Month. We husbands, our aging parents, our children, somebody else's children. We are the ones that are doing all that, and we are the ones that can't retire on time. We're the ones that struggle financially when our husband passes away, because we don't even know about the money if there is any. So I just want to empower women to get their financial house in order. We are dominating in a lot of ways in entrepreneurship. Baby boomers will be passing a whole lot of wealth to women. So women are going to have great asset and net worth. And I just want to be here to watch and help guide people along the way.
And you are doing a great job at it. You started at 4. Oh my God. That's excellent. So yes, you knew from the very beginning, basically, what you was going to go into. That's good.
Well,
Excellent. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
I had no clue what I would become. I just knew that
You knew.
nobody ever talked to this guy, and he was interesting. I wondered why he had barrettes in his hair at that time. And I just took a liking, and then you start having a tender heart toward people, and the love of God flows through you, and you start to walk in that purpose. So I know I'm put here to help. I know I have a gift to empower. So
All right. Thank you so much.
Told you we love you already. You just said a whole
Yes.
mouthful, a whole mouthful. So much education, so much knowledge that I'm hearing pouring from you. That's well needed, because if we don't have no wisdom, we're gonna be lost, especially in these times. So I commend you and take my hat off to you, as another woman that's doing her thing. That is really shedding light on what we really need to pay attention to, so we don't be caught up or lacking because of lack of knowledge. You know how that
absolutely.
goes. So,
A lot of the times we're not planning to fail. We just fail to plan, realistically.
that's so good. I feel like we need to snap it up on in a little bit. Whoa, yes, that's so good.
That is not mine. I'm just trained well. That is not mine.
That's so good. All right, come on, Miss Ninick. Come on, powerhouse. That's another.
All right, so we all know that we find different things that motivates us, that helps us get out of bed in the morning and continue to do the things that we do as women, children of God, women of God, sisters, wives, and other. So my question for you is, what affirmation or affirmations do you speak that helps you get through the journey that you're on?
Oh, wow. That's a really, really, really good question. And for those out there, affirmations are so, so important. I feel like I am telling what I want when I speak, and watching things line up because I said so, right? I tell myself that I'm strong. I tell myself that I can get through whatever is going on, because we know the storms are raging, right? So you put out one fire, there's 3 more. One's low level, one is ablaze, and you got to figure it out. So I'm strong. I can get through this. I tell myself that I am a millionaire. Um,
Mm.
I tell myself that often. And I tell myself that um, my love of people, I always want my love for people to show through what I do. So I always tell myself, let your love and compassion show through what you do.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Elder.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm sitting up here just looking around over here at the guests that's tuning in. So you guys make sure that you keep sharing this out because we want this information to get out. We want this information to get out. She is fabulous. Hello, Renata.
Hi,
Hello,
Renata.
hello. That is one of our Tears of Purpose women. Hello, hello. And Jeanette. Hello, hello. So I found out that you used to praise dance. So that's we have something in common, okay? Because everybody that knows me know I love a good praise dance, okay?
You
And
too,
I have some
King.
background of
I'm
dance.
too. I got
Mhm.
I have some performances of my own, but I used to teach it. So you'll see my YouTube is L Thornton 8. So you'll see some of the young ladies that I have taught. I do gospel mime. So, and then there's some other, I think there's a couple of performances. There's a Tamala Man one, and there is Alabaster Box. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Cool. So what I also read looking at your bio that you worked with mentally ill adults and adults that had drug addictions.
Yeah.
Walk us through that because I feel like I couldn't handle it. Like,
Everybody,
being real honest.
everybody says that. It's definitely a gift. Remember, I said he had barrettes in his hair. I probably didn't mention that there was a brown paper bag while we were talking. I remember it vividly. But you know, yeah, it's. I don't know. I've just never been afraid. Um, I got trained in de-escalation and things of that nature to be able to soothe and help. But what you'll understand is that they're our family, right? So we all have the mentally ill family member. We all have the one that drinks just a little too much and messes up the family function. We have the one that shows up high and falls on the kid's birthday cake or whatever the case may be. They're our family. I'm successful in what I do because I treat them like family. Talk to them like family. Wants these people to be treated like I would want my family to be treated. So when you talk to people with love and respect, it has just aided me in my journey to be successful. So you're muted.
I love the meekness in your heart and the passion for people that are not like you. The reason why I said I wouldn't, and I wouldn't be able to do this is because listen, we got to know our lane and stay in it. I say this all the time. Like I know what I'm graced with, and I know what I'm gonna be like. Lord,
Right.
go get somebody else because that ain't what you called me to do.
You
But
wouldn't
I
even
love.
believe me if I told you some stories.
So with that being said, were there anything like horrific that you can remember that you were like, you know what, this ain't for me, I'm about to walk? Well, did you ever see that in working with, you know, the people that have the drug addictions or the mentally ill adults? Because I think I have some friends that have worked with them and they know, and even dealing with children of that caliber as well. But do you have like that one memory of like, yo, I was ready to walk after
Yeah,
this? Like,
children are not my lane anymore because I'm passionate about them and I can't stand to see them suffer. So that's what made me transition to adults, to be quite honest. So I mean, I if I talked about my last 2 weeks, It would make your head spin. But I don't like bugs of any kind. I don't like rodents of any kind. So seeing that, I've sat over some people that had expired waiting for the funeral home to show up. And when you find somebody that has passed away in their residence, they're in awkward positions. So to be able to sit through that and make it through until the funeral home came, I haven't found anything like super crazy, like with, any blood or gore or anything, but just death. You know what I mean? Sitting around death and all of that, that's not natural. So just saying that. And then, like I said, I don't like bugs and I don't like rodents. And I have seen some things that I almost say, I'm gonna go on home. Like I don't want to do this. But yeah, it's interesting. Every day is an adventure.
Cool. So you are a mom.
I am.
So how is the balance? I like to ask this question because we have a lot of women that watch us. We deal with a lot of women, even in the ministry.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of women that deal with them, and a lot of questions usually come out. How do you balance being an entrepreneur? How do you balance being a wife? How do you balance, being to yourself, just having a moment to yourself? I think it is very important that we definitely touch on subjects like this for a lot of women that may be watching right now that need that. They need to hear, how can I balance this thing? Because I'm going crazy. So what is your self-care tactics, and how do you balance?
So I steal at least a good hour and a half to myself every single day, where I do what I want to do, whatever that may be. If it's just going to get something to eat by myself, or sometimes I might want to sit in my car and something's good and I don't want to get out, but I'll take my time to myself just to collect my thoughts and regroup. Virtual learning is a beast. And I have 3 teenagers. So, trying to make sure that they're what they need to be. My career has changed, drastically. You got to make those adjustments and that balance, so that their lives don't change too much, as if it hasn't changed. But taking that time to myself, the affirmations, just trying to take care of my body, different things like that. I love to sing, I love to dance. So listening to music, whatever that is. And sometimes it is off balance. And I think that we need to know that it's okay that sometimes things are off balance. It's just the way it is. And if we can, reel it in and not stay there, we can, balance it as much as we can. We're being dealt some things that are a little bit unpredictable. So, just taking every day or every moment, I plan as far out as I can, but sometimes things don't go according to plan. So just making sure that, I take time. I don't know if you practice mindfulness, the practice of mindfulness, just taking in the moment, whatever that is. How do you feel at that time? What's the air like around you? You'll find that very soothing, unless it's a chaotic time, but just things like that to stay grounded.
I love it. I love it. Ladies, is anything pondering in y'all y'all spirit right now as y'all listening to her? But while y'all thinking about that, I want everybody to continue to like, share. We love her. She's super to the point, and I like it because she's touching on some good stuff here. So, ladies, I hope y'all got y'all notebooks. Y'all know how I feel about them journals.
I appreciate
right that. There. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, anything you guys want to tag team on right now before I?
Did you was it ever a time that you felt like just giving up?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. I've been in a toxic relationship, with with someone that, you know, you couldn't quite shake, where it wasn't a healthy situation. And I felt like I lost myself. So when you come to that realization and find yourself, I would say that's been big for me. Everything hasn't always been roses, but yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So that kind of brought this question to me now that you tapped into that. Because something just began to ring in my ears. What is your advice about having healthy relationships? Because I heard you use the word toxic. You know, I've been in toxic relationships. So, how
Yeah.
important is that to you that you have healthy relationships? And when I say this, I want people to understand that I'm not always talking about a spouse all the time. I'm
Mhm.
talking about healthy relationships with your mother, your father, your sisters, your brother, your friends, and ministry folk, you know, just the whole spread. Because I feel like somebody, I don't know, I just feel like she kind of touched on something when she asked you that question. But go
Um,
ahead.
I would say check yourself first. The first thing I do with any situation is try to figure out what part did I play, um, you know, in the situation, and then I try to look at what part they played. Is there anything that could have potentially been misinterpreted? Um, Being willing to apologize if you find that you rub someone the wrong way, not minding apologizing, laughing with people. You know, I just like to laugh with people and build rapport. So um, I find those to be helpful in forming and keeping healthy relationships.
So cool. I like that. I like that. So, with all that you do in helping people, I want you to really tell like the audience like how important this is to really get their financial together. How can they do that? What are some of the steps that they can take? Because, like you said, knowledge is power, y'all. Knowledge is power.
Mhm.
And if you have it, you'll go a long way. So I want you to just take these moments here and kind of really brush into that
I'm
for our
sorry, I'm
audience,
logging up. Forgive me.
and then let everybody know how they can find you, because it might be somebody that needs your services that are watching or that will watch the replay later. So we definitely want your information out there, but kind of walk us through a little bit of your process with this.
So the biggest thing I need people to understand, there's the pain of change or there's the pain of regret. And we watch so many people not be able to retire in dignity, work till they die. You know, our baby boomers are moving in with their children. They don't like that. And then, like I said, a lot of them are women. So the biggest thing I would say is get yourself a financial coach. If you would like to know what separates the wealthy from the non-wealthy, it's just that they have somebody guiding and advising them on what they should do. Don't go this way, go that way. This probably isn't a good idea to do. You know, let's see where we can get the most value for your money, different things like that. We need to know how estates work. We need to know that like life insurance is extremely important to building your financial house. And if you plan to build your financial house and know that that's just a part of it, it's not unpleasant. And people put it off because it's unpleasant, but it's really helping you to rent an estate until you can grow one. So in the early years, if something, God forbid, happens, our children need to still have our income till they're grown. But we're living till we're in our hundreds. I saw the oldest woman is 116 years old. So we're living a long time. We need to not outlive our money. And there's some gross miseducation on how to build wealth. And we're somewhat tardy to the party and consequently, you know, struggle. Social Security definitely isn't enough if you have a certain lifestyle. And that's what a lot of our seniors rely on. Or, you know, they end up, just like I said, working until they check out. So one thing, I'm right now, I'm 41. I can't see like the next 30 years working and struggling. So how can we prevent that? How can we send our kids to college debt free? How can we make sure that we retire with $500,000 to $1 million? A lot of the times we're not retiring with even six figures. So what I do is I sit down with families, assess where they are, sort of like we're taking a trip. Right now you're in PA. Now you want to go to Florida. How are we getting there? Same thing. Right now, this is what you got going on, savings and money wise. We're trying to get to a retirement age that we choose, right? Not because it says we have to, but an age we choose. Retirement's not an age. It's when you've accumulated enough money. And how in the world are we supposed to get there? How much should I be saving? What life insurance fits my needs while I'm growing this money? A breadwinner passes away, a family feels the impact within 6 months. I'm constantly contributing to GoFundMe's because it's an opportunity to reach back out to a family, to talk to them about never, ever doing this again. We're making companies rich because we're financially unprepared for a disaster. We could do better. And this is the woke generation, right? So if we are woke, we probably should do something a little bit different and stop making people rich because we're financially unprepared, or we can't live out our lives and enjoy ourselves because we're shackled either in debt, which is a financial cancer, or we just haven't saved enough money. So we got to keep working. So those are the things that I do with families. I certainly am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. It's Lethal without the L on Instagram. That's how I have to get people to know my name. If I say Lethal without the L, they say, oh, Letha. So Lethal without the L is on Instagram. If you're on Clubhouse, I'm at Freeing Families. And then if anyone wants to reach out, and I'm sure you'll post this later, they can reach out to me at 484-297-2111. Again, 484-297-2111. I am available to meet your financial goals with you and help secure your family.
Wow. Awesome. Boy, you said a whole lot that really just like whoosh, like a whole lot. But I pray that this resonates with somebody, because we have to get serious, because nobody is here forever, God forbid. And I have seen so many families struggle to bury their loved ones. It is ridiculous. And I sit here and I laugh about this, but God rest her soul. My grandmother, her birthday is coming up next month. And it was almost like my grandmother, she prepared the family. She did. She really did. And I thank God for her. And that made me really pay attention to something. My grandmother had money everywhere, just stashed away. I'm like, Grandma.
Because that means you can spend your time grieving her, not spend your time grieving her and trying to figure out why we all got to come up with $1,000.
Exactly.
Because the undertaker is not doing nothing until you come up with the money.
Talk about it.
It's the God's honest truth. So your grandmother did right by you all. Plan with your kids. I tell them what to do with the money if I'm not here.
My God, Jesus.
Wealth, man. The Bible says a wise man leaves inheritance to his children's children. I tell them what to do with the money. It's not going to be that I'm because they won't be figuring out where their next meal is going to come from, or why they can't do Little League anymore because we live with Big Mama and she don't have the money to do that. If your loved one that you leave behind can't replace your income, your children are going to suffer. We say life insurance is like the last love letter. What does yours say? I loved you this much. I loved you enough to leave you my Jordan collection.
Talk about it.
So
my
true.
PS5,
So true.
my Gucci
So
bag,
true.
or I loved you enough to send you with a check.
My God,
And you
Jesus.
got a trust fund that's gonna carry you through.
Leave
My
them
God.
with something besides your generational curse.
Yes, ma'am. I agree.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
You guys made this so easy. I was all nervous.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's like home when you step on you, I promise.
It's real talk.
Yes.
Yes. I
Wow.
love it.
Enjoyed you. Thank you for coming to bless this platform with your knowledge. And we speak blessings upon blessings upon blessings, that many
So
doors will open
much.
for you so that you can be a kingdom shaker and
Yes,
mover
thank
this
you.
season with the power that God has anointed you with to help get his people in order. Amen. We need
Amen. I receive every last
God,
bit
in
of
the name
that.
of
My
Jesus, we speak that
goodness.
over your
right.
life. We ain't gonna let you leave here without a little token.
I love it.
Take in your backpack on your journey on the way out. Amen.
So is this
Yes,
what
yes.
like I'm getting excited.
Yes,
Is this what
indeed.
to expect on Saturday?
Yes, you have not
Yes.
seen nothing yet, Miss Ma'am. You
Oh,
have
I'm
not
so
seen nothing.
excited. All right.
Yes, ma'am. So we thank you for joining us, and we will be in touch. This won't be the last time you'll be here. Trust me.
Okay.
I can see us linking up with you because you have beautiful information that our people need. We don't want
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so
Definitely.
excited. Hit me up anytime. Thank you all.
Yes, ma'am. And enjoy your day.
Thank you so
Continue
much.
sharing. Yes.
My pleasure.
Yes, yes, yes. Ladies, how y'all feeling? How y'all
Yes.
feeling?
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes.
Love
Bye-bye.
it. Woman after my own heart.
My mind.
Yeah.
Good. Good there. That's
Wow.
good. You guys continue sharing.
Get a
She's
lot of
such
good
a
information.
She
Yes,
did.
yes.
She really did. She really did. Something to think about. Something to think about. For the months to come and days to come. So our next guest, are you guys excited? Hey, Miss Kendra Pearson, how are you?
Kendra.
You're muted.
I was listening. Yeah, I was listening on the other screen, and so I was like, okay. And then you hit a double. But I'm doing great.
Yes, Kendra. She got my kind of attitude. Look, she bubbly. She come on this thing ready. That's right.
Oh yes, I was ready. And I was so glad I was able to log in earlier.
Thank God. I was praying.
Yeah, definitely one to support and the other speaker,
Yes,
but two to get information. And it was good
Yes.
information. I was very grateful for that because everything she said was so true.
Yeah.
And knowledge is definitely, I always say knowledge is power, but the application of that knowledge is even more powerful. So it's so important for us to not just learn, but to apply what we know.
Amen.
Absolutely.
So welcome to Tears the
Thank you.
Purpose Real Talk, Miss Kendra Pearson.
Yes, Pearson.
Pearson. Yes, ma'am. You look like you do some jazz. You look like you got some notes in you or something. I don't know. You look like somebody. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay. Let me stay on track. Yes, so we're so glad to have you here. So we are going to continue to share, and everybody that's watching, continue to like, share, tag all your friends and family. We are celebrating Women's Month this month, so we are so triple excited you guys get to kick it off with us and help us to celebrate powerhouses like yourself and many others.
Yes.
So let's jump into the interview with you, ladies. Come on with it. I know y'all got some dying questions for her. Yes, ma'am.
Tisha, you want to go first?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So my question is for any person, any woman specifically, because we're all women on here right now, that may be afraid to start a business, something that they really are not experts in. What would you tell them?
Well, for someone that is looking to start a business, just research, definitely researching the topic that anything that you want to start, because if it's a desire in your heart to do it, you don't have to have all the working knowledge. There's so much information out there, especially between YouTube and even others that are already in that business. Some people will take you on as a mentor, volunteering always helps just to get some knowledge under your belt of what you want to do. And in that research, because with me, I've had other businesses, but nothing I started myself, right? I was a Mary Kay consultant, and hypothetically, I still am. Well, as far as they know, I am. But with Mary Kay, something like that, that's a business that is kind of already preset for you. Certain businesses like that, they already have their pricing, they already have their marketing. And so that was something that I definitely had to start educating myself on, is to understand what my worth is, and, and what I wanted from my business, to not be afraid of that, because in reality, we as women tend to hype up everybody but ourselves, and I always use the cookie example. I don't know if it's because I like cookies so much, but I do. And, it's like, oh, you'll sell everybody else cookies, but you won't sell your own cookies. You won't tell nobody that I might make some amazing cookies too, and that they're worth this, we won't give it the right pricing and all kind of things. So I've only been an entrepreneur for a year. I just made a year, and I learned so much, and I really have been blessed with having the right mentors, getting some coaching, having the right mentors in your life, people that are not afraid to give you knowledge, and you not being afraid to apply that knowledge, like I was just saying before, in trial and error, but just having the courage to start. Because you have the courage to start, that's what faith is, right? God's like, okay, God give you an idea, speaks to your heart, and it's up to us to get up and walk with it. Once we stand up, you're like, oh snap, she's ready, but so that's how I just see it. When you walk in it, God will make the rest of the way clear, but we just got to be willing to stand up first and take that first step. Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
That's all the questions I have for you.
So, Kendra, I'm just gonna say you are a phenomenal woman. Forgive me, but I want you to basically tell everybody what you do before we move on to the next thing, because I was thinking to myself, I said, Lord, give us a proper introduction of who you are, because you really are a powerhouse. I've been reading your bio and things like that, and you really are awesome. So please bless the people's ears with an introduction of who Kendra is before we move to the next set of questions.
Okay, no problem. Well, my name is Kendra Pearson, and I online I go, and in real life actually, I go as Kendra Speaks Life, and I spell life with the Y, L-Y-F-E, and that is an acronym for leading by example, yielding to the Spirit, falling forward always, and edifying others. That actually, God gave me that, because I can't even remember when I came up with it. I just remember writing, and I started out with the L-I-F-E, and I've always been a person that likes to be simple but different. And so I came across the spelling with the Y, and I was just writing, and it just came to me, because I cannot, I can't say, oh, I pulled the L from here, and all of it really is scripture, because the Bible tells us to lead by example. We supposed to yield to the Spirit and fall forward always, because we do in life have a choice of which way you're gonna fall. Not in real life, you really might fall any old kind of way, but in situations, you can choose whether you're going to, fall forward, because falling forward is still moving in the same direction. So when you get up, you're a little bit further than before, because some people fall back and they fall back and back and back and never come back to that. Edifying others, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to lift others up and not push them down. So that was given to me years ago, but it took years for me to, how I say, something, but to really believe it, and then even longer for me to believe it for myself. Like I say, we as women tend to encourage so many people around us, and for whatever reason, we don't feel we're worthy or deserving of it ourselves. So I've been on that journey. I was a product of the foster care home. I aged out of foster care. My goal when aging out, I said I was so determined to age out. I was going to have me a car. I was going to have my own place, and I was going to be ready, and I was going to take the world by storm. And I did just that. I just ended up being a teen mom to boot. So I graduated with my apartment. I graduated with my car, but I also graduated with my baby girl that was 4 months old. When I was 18. And so, but that was a journey in and of itself, just being a single parent. Having my second child at 22. I'm from St. Petersburg. So, just journey between there and I was living in Lake County at the time of my graduation. But just aging out of foster care, I felt that there was a void in information. I felt that I could have been further along, or maybe even made some better decisions, with credit and with, just basic life skills, which we know is a very hot topic these days because it's very much needed. Just like our previous speaker, Ms. Letha, said, just having that knowledge and knowing what to do in order to ensure a better future for ourselves. Sometimes it's not something that is readily passed down, and you have to really find it. But how do you when you're young and you don't know where to look and that type of thing? So that's what led me to start my nonprofit called Fresh Foundations. I started it after my daughter, who was 16, and she came home, and I did her taxes after working at McDonald's to find out she owed $37. And I'm like, how is that possible for you to owe money? And but it was because she didn't have an understanding of what that W-4 form meant, turning into a W-2, and just her being home a little bit later until she turned, until she turned 20, she left to go to the military. But I realized just how much the kids still didn't know. Like I didn't know, and now they didn't know. So I started Fresh Foundations. It's specifically directed, not exclusive because it includes all young people, but specifically on my heart is kids like me, like I was, aging out of foster care, maybe not knowing what the next step is, and not having, the schools are bigger, right? I graduated from little old Lake County, Eustis High School, 300 some people, and then 18 years later, my daughter graduated as a class that had almost 800 some people graduating. Not just the ones that were in school. So I'm like, goodness gracious, how can a guidance counselor have enough time to speak to all these? How many kids are really, all these children, how many kids are really falling through the cracks and not knowing? And so that's what was laid on my heart. And I love volunteering. I do have a servant's heart there. I love helping others. And so that was a goal for Fresh Foundations, is to help our future generation. And to understand that, no, it doesn't matter what your foundation was when you grow, because we don't choose our foundation growing up, right? Your childhood is your childhood, whether it is quote unquote good or what we say quote unquote bad, but it is your choice, because life is all about choices. It's your choice to rise above those circumstances, use that bad foundation, break it up so, you get through all that, and then use that, use the good stuff, because, everything ain't bad. But there are some things that you can pull that are good, that you can use to build a better foundation, and for yourself. So that's what Fresh Foundation, because you do have a choice. You don't have to stick to what mama did and great grandma did. And, unless what they did was awesome. If it wasn't awesome, you have a choice to move forward from that and be who God created you to be. Because sometimes life takes us away from what we call a factory setting. If you think about a TV, or a computer, or anything out of the box, it has its set course. But then certain things, life happens and can knock you off course, can change your settings. Sometimes have you ever tried to mess around with a TV and you make it worse? Now you can't see nothing. It's blurry, or everybody real red or real blue. Why did I touch it? It was perfect when it came out the box. You know, I just needed to add some necessary program, maybe add a couple of apps. But sometimes, you know, life does that to us, and we don't even know why. And so it's just like, you know what? It's understanding what God wants for our life and moving forward and starting off fresh. We have that opportunity, and I just want the kids that I come into and that I encounter to know that as well. And last year, my business, Speak Life Virtually, I wanted to carry that theme because I do believe that we are to speak life at all times and into the lives of others. And so God gave me that too, because I was on my way to church and I just heard it's time to start your virtual assistant business. I was not thinking about virtual assisting. I mean, I had to go look it up to see what it meant again, because I had met a couple over the years, but I mean, just to meet them, you know, say, oh, that's cool, and you know, keep it moving. But I hadn't thought about it in years, and in the end of 2019, and the way it just, you know, worked out is that I knew God was in it, because you know he told me that in October, start your business. November, I got someone to, you know, my previous landlord called me up and said that he had been thinking about me and my family for days. He like, I don't know why. For a few days, I've been thinking about you guys. And I was telling, you know, updating him with our lives and seeing what was going on with the kids. And he like, nope, that's not it. My other child, nope, that's not it. And I told him about my venture. He said, that's it. That's what I'm supposed to do. And he invested in my business because he believed in a business that had not even been started yet. So I do work as a virtual assistant, assisting small business owners with administrative tasks. I do have the motto that we sweat the small stuff so you don't have to, because sometimes it's the little things that tend to get into the entrepreneur's way. You know, those emails that need to be returned, and you got so much more that you could do, even if it's just spending more time with your family. You know, it's important. So in my job, since I love giving, and I was always volunteer for everybody and doing everything. And I'm like, you know, it's time for me to still do that, because I still will. I do love that, being around people, but it's just as important for me to, you know, eat every now and then. You know, I do like, you know, bread and cheese and, you know, little things like that. But that's pretty much who I am. You know, like I said, I volunteer. I'm part of a few different organizations around the community, and I just like to give back. And I do thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Yes, we love you. Like, you're such a ball of life with so much energy, and you have tapped into pretty much some of the questions that we were going to ask tonight. But no, I like that you're a straight shooter. That's all that means to me. Like, she's like, okay, this is who I am and this, but I love it. So let me just ask Ms. Hubbard, is there anything that you wanted to ask her that you probably didn't hear her say? I'm not sure before I say something.
No, you answered all my questions.
I'm sorry.
She answered all my questions. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking runs in my family, so I have to try to remember to bring it back. Ease it back. Yeah, that's a running joke, is that if you get around some Pearsons, yeah, we talk. So
what can you say to the women that may be watching right now, because this Women's Month, we are celebrating the women. What can you say to them as far as encouraging them not to give up in their now? Because, you know, sometimes we see what we go through right now, and we're not seeing far ahead. It's like blind. We're like, look, all I see is right now. I don't see anything getting any better. What will you say to that woman that is watching or will watch later?
Yes, what I would say to that woman is to not give up, to, you know, because we've all been there, and that's the trick of the enemy, to make you feel that you're alone in something. You know, most people, when they're going through, they want to withdraw. They're ashamed, you know, they're, you know, confused, and, you know, and they just want to not be around people. And at that time, usually it's people are who you need, not the right people, of course, you know, because wise counsel, you know, will help you there are people that will pray for you, people that will talk to you. The times that you think you're alone the most, you're least alone in your struggle, because you'll be so surprised when you do get past that shame. Because like I said, it's just a trick of the enemy, just trying to bog you down and keep you from one, either being a blessing to someone else or allowing someone else to be a blessing to you. So in the midst of a storm, it's hard sometimes for us to see. Sometimes we do need to reach out, whether it's for therapy, whether it's to a trusted friend, your pastor, your first lady, whomever that you trust to give you some sound advice. Just reaching out, not staying in that by yourself, because when you stay in it by yourself, the enemy can talk. He starts talking immediately. I always say that brother is on his A game all day, every day, because soon as something happens, immediately the doubt starts coming. Immediately the negative words start coming and ringing in your ear, and already you're anticipating the worst. And the saying is, sometimes we make a mountain out of a molehill. Sometimes things seem so big because it's right in front of us, and we don't understand that we're not alone. God is always with us, that if we trust him, that he will guide us to the right people. If we will, and just open up and be transparent, because it helps somebody. And the thing that you're going through is not always just for you, it's for you and others. So you can add to your testimony. I have been in a situation before in my life where I literally just sat on the bed, and because I didn't know which way to go. I didn't even know what else to do other than just to sit there, because I didn't know what the next step was. But I realized I couldn't give up. That giving up will just keep me stuck. Because if you think about it, if you're lost, staying still sometimes will keep you lost. You'll never find your way out. Ask for help. You call for help. Whatever you need to do to get that kind of assistance, because sometimes even the people that are around you may not see your struggle, but get help. Get somebody, because somebody's there that will resonate with what you're saying, that will understand you, that will be able to lift you up, to encourage you to keep moving forward. And then, at the end of that, I, as a single mom, had been, I just have faith in God, and my faith has grown so much over time because I've seen God come through again and again. And so it's to the point where nobody can ever tell me God is not real. I understand people believe what they believe, and they want to do what they want to do, and that is their right. But you can't tell me God don't exist. I've seen him move in my life to the point where the last hour, when I'm thinking I'm about to get evicted, I've never been evicted, and the lady wasn't giving no way. She was like, okay, you gotta go. And I'm like, and then I call her the third time and just ask her, well, what is the steps, because I've never been this route before. And she said, you know what? If I'm going to check this under this door at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, if your money is not there, the same lady that had been denying me all day, if your money is not there, you're out. Now, and God just gave her that much grace in her heart to give me that chance at the last minute. And at the last minute, the money came through. So I was able to run up to the store, get that money order, because when you're late, they don't want no check, they want the money. And so I've seen it where I got a check in the mail on a Sunday. Nowadays, mailman come whenever you want. Then they did not. So it's just about having faith and just understanding that there is a way, even though it may not seem like it. But we just hold on and stay encouraged and reach out to people that we trust. There's nothing that you can't overcome. There's nothing that you can't do. God is on your side. You just have to believe that he's there. Yes.
Yes, I love it. I love how transparent you are. I think that you are a walking, talking testimony. I think you need to be one of the women on the Unstoppable monologue series with your story. That's what I think. Because you have an awesome story that people need to hear, really. So they can know that they're not alone. They can know that, there are other people like yourself that have gone through this and that can help pull them out. So Ms. Pearson, go ahead and let everybody know how they can connect with you, like on your social medias and all of that good stuff, because we want people to be able to find you after this.
Awesome, for sure. Thank you. Well, I am Kendra Pearson on Facebook, but I'm also I'm listed under Kendra Speaks Life. I have a page. I have Speak Life Virtually as a page, and I'm under those same names, Speak Life Virtually and Kendra Speaks Life on Instagram as well. Business-wise, I definitely offer a complimentary discovery call. You can always reach out to me there if you want to talk about your business, talk about any needs you may have. The website is www.speaklifevirtually.org, and that's life spelled LYFE, speaklifevirtually.org. And I'm just around, so always available, and definitely would love to connect and speak with you guys.
Yes, ma'am. So I feel so honored to have had you and Miss Thornton today. I think you guys kicked off this show marvelous this month. We have some other powerhouse women that will be joining us, and I just love both of y'all's spirit. We definitely are going to have you guys again, and we definitely want to connect with both of you all. Because you guys are doing some awesome things that I think people really need. We work with a lot of women, so we need people like you all to help grab some of these women and help nurture them and get them to their purpose. Amen. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for taking out of your business schedule to come and bless this platform with your voice, because you have a very authentic sound, both of you ladies. And again, we know this won't be the last time we hear from either one of you all. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Any last words to the audience? Anything new that you're getting ready to drop? Any new projects? Anything like that? You can go ahead.
Not at this time, but stay tuned.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, of course, and we will. So thank you so much, Kendra, for dropping past to the Tears of Purpose Real Talk. Me and the ladies were super excited to interview you guys today. So thank you so much for coming.
Awesome. Thank you. You have a great evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
So you guys, thank you all, everybody, for watching. Everybody that's watching right now, my co-host and dip to the back. But it's okay. It is all right. We are now at the last little bit of minutes of the show. So thank you guys for watching. Guys, make sure you share this out. There was so much lovely information that you could have took from dealing with the families and financial side, and then dealing with just life, right? Just life. And these beautiful women just dropped so much science and knowledge on you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. But let me just end with this. You guys, guess what is coming up? The Tears to Purpose Unstoppable Woman Monologue, 2 p.m. private event on Zoom. You guys, listen, it's really simple. It's a donation of $10 to come and help us celebrate these 3 women that will be going forth on Saturday. They have beautiful monologues, beautiful stories. We do not want you guys to miss this. Listen, it is going to be a private event. Do not miss it. $10 donation, you guys. You guys can cash app it to Tears to Purpose. $ Tears to Purpose, and you guys make sure that you register by sending me your first and your last name to barnettlakia@gmail.com. And if you guys want to partner with the ministry, all of this is associated with the ministry. You can easily do that. Also, you can become a monthly partner. It's only $20 to do that. So you guys can email me about that or inbox me. But we love you guys with the love of Christ. We thank God for each and every last one of you that has literally been coming each and every week, showing up and showing out and supporting us. We love you all. And we will see you guys next week at the same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Elder Lakia Barnett and my host. They love you guys too. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Experts, Christian relationship experts, that is, people in ministry that have a phenomenal story, all kinds of business owners from restaurants.